The sounds of the morning. Quarrelsome dogs. They don't want to be left outside. Don't just leave me here. They get every bit of attention. More attention than children. Anyway, this is the direction.
Step by step to the point from which they is now returned. Never again will you be capable of love or friendship, or joy of life, or laughter, or courage, or curiosity, or integrity. You will be hollow. We will squeeze you empty, and then we will fill you with ourselves, with love of Big Brother. Now, before we begin your cure, are there any questions you would like to ask?
And discourages individual pride or ambition.
The right to work, digital ID, mandatory for the right to work by the end of this Parliament. Let me spell that out. You will not be able to work in the United Kingdom if you do not have digital ID.
I've just logged in with my Brit card and it's saying I've already had 4 hours of internet today and it's locked me out.
Sorry, but I'm afraid you've already eaten an ounce of beef this week. Your Brit card says no. Sorry, sir, but your Brit card has informed us that you have already flown twice this year. You cannot fly anymore.
I've just logged in with my Brit card and it's saying I've already had 4 hours of internet today and it's locked me out.
The right to work. In comparison of spiritual experiences confirm men's faith, and especially when whole families are converted by his grace. Love you, Dad.
I love you too, Daddy.
Dreadful plagues to the Christian church are in apostasy and error, especially those of the Romish Antichrist. And yet, what a verification are they of the divinity of the scriptures in fulfilling their predictions. Seducers in a most fearful manner turn things upside down, pretending sin to be duty and what is lawful to be sinful. But no uncertain traditions must be regarded in religion, and no bodily service must be rested in. It is only lively, practical religion that entails present or future blessings on men by the promise of God.
Good morning. Lots of talk about the Brit card. Any thoughts on it? Now you need to know the first thing establishment will be doing will be to belittle what the Brit card is and what it can do. They'll be comparing it to passports or driver's licences, when it's nothing like any of these. This is not a piece of identification. This is a digital footprint for you, which means you cannot do anything without this. I seen one of these second-rate comedians from the early or mid-2000s, Russell Howard, doing his great stint. What an amazing comedian that guy is. Well, I don't want to give my personal information, but I've got my Facebook page. Oh, and I don't want to give you my details, but I've got my passport, and I don't want to fill in this survey. You've got no idea. It's nothing to do with that stuff, you foolish comedians. Freemasons and Catholic cult will be protecting the establishment. This is where we can see a few of my friends that have taken a sidestep from these parasites. See if they're strong enough to be men and step free from the Catholic cult, step free from the Masons. Or will they continually be bought with £10 notes or extra bits of business for them? Screw you. I get to wake up this morning. I thought it was Monday. What day is it where you are? Still Saturday night? Sunday morning? Sunday evening? People in cars pretend not to see you, especially if they know you. You got the 100-yard stare. I don't want to make eye contact with you. Good morning! Lots of people saying hi, and I apologise for yesterday, the day before, whenever. I didn't speak the day before. Yesterday, that I believed was Sunday, that was Saturday. I didn't see any of the messages. I don't know if I was banned from the messaging below. Yeah, it's Sunday, excellent. Nice time. Tim, hi. Tom, I was looking in at the young gentleman, English refugee, that's been forced into having some struggles with his other channels and subscriptions, like Shadow Surrender. And this is a smart young lad with a lot to say, and maybe you should listen without judgment for a little minute, see if you can pick something up, because he speaks more clearly than I do. He's got more of a British accent, maybe Northern England, but it's not as difficult to understand as this. And he won't come on and just moan about never seeing his kids or never getting to know him. He'll just moan about life in general. What do we do as fathers and parents? I'm like a loose wire right now. I don't know what I'm doing any day. Any day of the week. I've got no idea what the point of this time is. I've got no idea why I'm bothering doing whatever I'm doing right now. I don't know why I'm speaking to you. I don't know why I hold this phone in front of my face. Do I ever expect my son or daughter just to come on here and be like, I need to phone and see my dad? Because my son can't even speak English. You know, my son... And my Polish is not good enough. I'm not an educated man. I'm a school dropout. Because I've read books instead of watching TV the last 15 years. Doesn't make you smart. If it makes you anything, you find out how stupid you are. How foolish. There's so much to know and we know so little. And there's still people telling you how to do whatever it is you need to do. This is the best way to do that. This is the best way. This is the best way to abduct and abuse kids. This is the best way to put a honeypot into a man's life and destroy children and lives. Destroy the fabric of society. Destroy the idea of what a mother is. Because when I look, I don't see many mothers in our society anywhere. I see beastly women. Abusive women. I noticed that this channel grew again. I mean, it went from like 350, I think another 10 people. There shouldn't be, I shouldn't get to speak to you. Or you should be switching off and go and listen to someone else right now. I only want 2 or 3 people here that support parents and support children. I know there's mothers, and even mothers that have had children and they hold no love for that child. I'm fully aware there's mothers that give birth and that's all they have done. They've given birth. They're not mothers. They get the title because they gave birth, not because they're mothers. My ex-partner is a beast. This woman that was with this man that was murdered, in my opinion, there's nothing darker than women that sell out for years to be honeypot traps to get huge payoffs. World is run by complete psychopaths, and we try and let everyone know on the left and the right are both controlled by complete psychopaths. If someone looks like a good guy for 10 minutes and he's on mainstream anything, YouTube or anything, any of the internet, unless it's darknet, you're going to get no truth from these people. Donald Trump would cut your child into pieces and then post it to you if he was told to do that. So would the Erica girl. So would anyone in the Scottish or British governments. My children have been abused by a woman. She's funded to do that. Good morning, Father. Good to see men pushing children and being with them. Because we're not just spare parts. We're not just there to provide you low-life semen. That's our life energy. And men, you should not be tugging that stuff away through porn. Terrible addiction. And believe me, like anyone else, I was trapped in that. Especially through my 20s and 30s. Over in Australia. That is a devil thing to be doing. Now there's the church bell going. Where are we? The church bells this morning. Yeah, I have a son and daughter that I love dearly. A good kind wife. That's great to hear. That's beautiful. It's great to have real mothers and fathers on here that have children and they're not coming on to belittle children. You can belittle me all you like. I mean, that's I don't mind if you're here to take a pop at me. I was going to read out things this morning. Tugging it to your commentary. You sorry boy. Hello from Phoenix, Arizona. Hello, Phoenix, Arizona. I did read out the last stuff from you. Can you seek counselling? You seem like a very hurt man. I think you make these videos to get someone to hear you. Come on! Come on, Bruce 5002. You think I make these videos to get someone to hear me when I've told you my children were abducted from this country? My ex-partner called me a rapist. She said I beat her. Now this, she said, wasn't a one-off. She said this was a weekly occasion. This was something I stuck in my diary to give her a wee beating and a wee raping just before I had children with her. And I had previous relationships, so no problem, Bruce. What? Hello from Baco. Hello, Baco. Free Palestine. Free Israel. Free Scotland. Free everyone. Now, the terrorists on both sides of arguments, the left and right. Bloody hell, I don't think I'm going to be talking to you this morning. Can't be bothered talking to you, number one. I like one or two of you, because one or two of you have pressed the like button, so you must have some like for me. That's a rough story. Sorry about that. Yeah, it's not a story. There's shy on 1,000 videos that I've made. Now, about 500 are there just to make me try and giggle. Like, lots of them are just there to make me forget for a second. And it will say things like, here's a set of boobs. Like 1990s terrible comedy. This little childish mind needs his feed of fun. And to find fun when you're children, I've not laid eyes on my son or daughter. I have their bedroom sitting there. Their bedroom and their bed sit empty and sit there for years and years. I pick up my granddaughter from school every day, and there are hundreds of caring mothers waiting for their children. And I don't disagree. I think there's tens of millions of caring mothers. I think there's maybe a billion maybe not a billion. But my mother was a caring mother. Yeah, of course. I mean, mothers are caring. We love good mothers, but mothers who are willing to sell out their children. If you've looked into mothers that have made false allegations in the past, you tend to find out that they are the mentally ill ones, but it's always the man that gets the same story from people on here. You just want to be heard. What are you talking about? I'm on a YouTube channel I opened so I could be heard. I'm not coming on here to say any different from you. Let's see. Damn, it's hard to understand the Scottish accent. I know there is subtitles available on here, but you have to watch the rerun. So you can watch the rerun afterwards. Watch any of the videos. I've got those videos I mentioned, but they've only got 2 or 3 views. So watch the reruns. I really try. My accent can get kind of easier as I speak, you know. I can speak in like American tone. I can speak in English tone, I'm on. You know, mate. We speak English now. South of London? No. Anything we can do, we're doing it just to please you. My accent has travelled this world and it's understood or misunderstood. But what we need to gain from that is 90% of what someone says is how they say it. 90% of what people say is like how they say it. You know, it's a very small percentage of what you're saying is actually really important. If I'm talking about child safety and the rights of fathers and good mothers to be in a child's life, I think that's pretty understandable, even if it's pouring out a mouth that doesn't have the great elocution lessons of the 1930s and 40s of our Great British lands. But now our Great British lands are filled with Pakistanis, Indians, Aussies like you, Americans like you, like freeloaders from Europe, thieves from everywhere in Poland, child abusers shipped in from every Catholic continent you can think of, and the biggest child abusers are Catholics. I'm a Catholic, you know. I mean, you have to get away from the cult to see just how abusive these lying little thieves and child abusers are, and hiding behind something so small as a collar. That is a crazy thing. The businessmen hide behind their ties and their lies. That's what they do. Donald Trump hides behind his ties and his lies. Now, if you don't know that man is the biggest snake on earth, you don't have to believe me. You can take his words for it. He tells you himself. The reason I come on here, you're right, is to try and let people know, is to speak. I do use some of you guys as my counsellors because I've been to a lot of psychologists, psychiatrists, psychoanalysts. I've got friends that do these things. A Polish girl, my last psychologist, psychoanalyst that I seen, was trying to become closer a friend than just a psychologist or psychoanalyst. Yeah, we had some time together, but I didn't want to do that, and I've not been with another girl or another woman. But my ex is a girl. That's not a woman. It's not a mother. It's a girl willing to abuse boys and girls, and there's so many of you girls that haven't become women and you haven't become mothers. I talk about so many of the little boy men, and they go ahead and they join the Freemasons or Catholic cult, then they become controlled through them. When I say controlled, I mean controlled speech. Right now, the Freemasons are the ones stopping people from speaking out about the brick card. When it gets to Catholic cult, they were the ones speaking out about the brick card. Remember in 2019, 2020, they stopped you from walking your streets. They stopped you from going to your beaches. They made it illegal for you to go and see your granny and grandpa. They made it illegal for you to visit your family members dying of cancer. And I was one in those times told that I was mentally ill as I was trying to get through airport security without one of your jabs, without any of your PCR tests, without wearing your masks, because I don't join in with your absolute nonsense thrown at you by the Catholic cult members through your government and through your Freemasons. I don't join in. But I'm happy for you to call me mentally ill. But my children are suffering because we as fathers, we don't see that these wicked women are taking money to abuse our children and abuse the fabric of our society. And the little effeminate men. That was who I spoke about first. You little effeminate boys. The man that came on and said he loved going out and picking up like his grandkids and these type of things and how there was great mothers. My mother cannot see her grandkids. My mother has been stopped to even look at her grandchildren's faces. Now, when my dad was dying of cancer, I asked, can my daughter come across and see her? She's there. Can my daughter come across and see? He's dying, please. He doesn't have long left. She sent us a message to say, you're lying about your dad having cancer. That was a message sent to me from my ex-partner and her mother, telling me they're discussing that I would make up and fabricate that my father has cancer. Now, any one of you can go ahead and talk about church buildings and your brick cards and everything else. We're going to flick from topic to topic to topic on what's up here, not what you're putting there. From time to time, I'm going to run out of things to moan and shout about. Like you said, I'm using you. I'm using you. Now, I'm pouring myself and my heart from my sleeve out into this phone. Why would I do that? Why would I pour my heart out from my sleeve? Because it's held in my sleeve. I'm not that a big, strong man, but I'm willing to stand against the biggest, strongest men. And anyone with a pair of balls and who has a man and father's mindset understands what I say. It's not about being the best fighter in the world. It's about being there for children and being a man that can stand up for children. And what we get on here is WTF, this guy needs a psychiatrist, you should see a counsellor, rather than we should protect our children. We should love our family values. We should make sure children feel safe. We should ask children if anyone's being dodgy with them inside these church buildings, because historically, that's what we're checking. But it's happening today. It's happening today. It's happening in Poland. It's happening in Gorzów Wielkopolski. They're stopping me from seeing my children because good people like you get to have an opinion to say, I'm mentally ill and I don't deserve my kids. Some of you good people say that I should get to see my kids. Some of you even have the audacity to say that my children are safer without me. Now, every one of those opinions are valid. Every one of those opinions about my children are valid. Every one of those opinions about me, negative and positive, they're all valid. You can have them. You can put them on here. You can say people are lying. You can say people are exaggerating. You can say children aren't being hurt. But what we know right now, we're being pushed and forced since 2019, 2020. We're never going to go back to a world 2019. We've had all of our freedoms taken away. Now, I understand some of you are confused between the passport, your driver's licence, the fact that you've given all your personal information across for these, and you put your personal information, and you're putting your daily life online, and you're putting yourself out there, and then you're saying, as if to be hypocritical, no, I don't want a brick card because it does this, this and this. No! That is so unbelievably immature mindset about what they're doing with these. It's not a card, it's not ID, it's not for that. You cannot buy, sell, travel, smell. You cannot do anything without this. You can't log in, log out. You can't go and visit aunties, buy drugs. You can't go and go to the Friday market. You can't do anything without this. And this is all based on not just my opinion, but real life. And as this takes place, there's 100 things unfolding right now. I mean, the truth that's unfolding about the beasts that run these countries, our country, America, anyone, you name them, they're beasts that abuse children. They're so high on drugs, they do not care. Watching that young boys, I don't know, the guy they assassinated, they were ripping him to shreds while pretending they're making some foundation for Charlie Kirk. They were ripping his memory to shreds. But this is what's going on. We're accepting. You were told you cannot walk the streets between 2020 to 2024. You weren't allowed to walk the streets. You were being a criminal if you went to see your dying nana. Now, all of you people coming on here and not protecting fathers or children, and you have that opinion that children don't deserve to be safe, and you can't see that this good man here, talking about George Orwell in 1984, that this is being played out. We've been warned about this. Now, we've seen the war of Iran taking place in 2006. I was still in Australia at the time, and we were talking non-stop about attacking and fighting Iran for the very same purposes, for weapons of mass destruction. And now we're doing the very same with Iraq. Iraq! The very same script, the very same playbook. And the thing is, most of us that were there and have a mind, like I was in my 20s then, so I can remember then very, very well. And I know that we seen a list and it had a number of countries on there that had to be taken out and executed by the real leaders, the 13 families that sit behind those on top. Those on top aren't on top. Those running society, they aren't even grifters. Like this little gay Keir Starmer fellow. He's absolutely nothing, man. He's a nothing. There's no point saying, oh, we've got batters. Keir Starmer is afraid of his own shadow. Keir Starmer, he gets excited at looking at naked little boys. Now, we know that that's the kind of thing this man does and hides behind a woman. And a woman's protecting that. Women protect that. Women step into marriages to kill off men. This is what I'm talking about. These disgusting women. Now, you have to be so stupid and silly like me and like Charlie Kirk and like this man to think these women are ever going to protect you. These women abuse my children, your children, our basic human rights. Now, am I saying women don't deserve to have a platform to stand up and be heard? Of course I'm not saying that. Women have funded charity. Women have places to go. Women have that. But the ones that don't get funded are the ones that are not violent. The ones that don't get help are the ones that do not hurt their children. The ones that don't get help are the ones that don't call their ex-partner a rapist, or whatever you want to say, so the algorithms get to hear this voice. Now, if you don't want to hear this voice, you trickle off in that direction and stand in the corner. Now, go and face the wall on Sunday. Go and maybe read a nice book, but don't be putting that TV on. Don't be watching too many people on this algorithm. I'm not going to be. And then, because see, if you watch an hour, you can take that other hour, you may as well just take a line of cocaine or something like that. Tomorrow morning, I'm going to have to go through this entire routine again, where different versions of the police services, low scumbag lives, people that don't help children are going to come on here, and I'm going to moan the very same way. We're going to go through this very same script day after day. Now, I know I need to stop this, and I know you need to help fathers and children. That's the things that I'm on here for. I need to stop talking and you need to start helping fathers and children, because I'll talk a whole lot less if we open up a Father's Aid, or if we open up a Children and Father's Aid, instead of looking up at who constantly gets attention. Elon Musk. Does anyone trust that? Does anyone trust Elon Musk? Everyone's just, the man owns the most money and the most things and most businesses, and he's on TV telling you he owns nothing. Why? Because that's the propaganda, because they want you to own nothing. They want you stuck in 15-minute cities. They want to stop you using the third and fourth lanes so you can't travel outside your 15-minute city. They're going to start charging you to travel on the lanes that you already pay for. In the US, in Australia, in Canada, New Zealand and the UK. Now, we're chopping things and changing things, but we're going to be doing that. Anything related for your travel and movement, we're going to be travelling. We're going to be charging you for walking down the sidewalk soon. We're going to be charging for that as soon as you go for these digital IDs, as soon as you go for these brick cards, as soon as you go for any of this, which these parasites are pushing to sell, and they sell via fear. They sell via fear. Now, people don't get the fear from Charlie Kirk in the UK. We don't feel that fear. And people in the UK might understand that because we don't have a big relationship with that man's name, whereas the American youth and population, that is why that man was shot. He had some in with the youth of America. And parasites decided to use that. And they've obviously seen this, 8-10 years ago, when they planted some woman into his life, when they had someone willing to have kids to kill a man off because they knew that this guy was going to be something. Ziggy, do your own research. I am not your slave. Ziggy's in there. Ziggy's in the house. It's a nice painting by my friend. He was called the Rug Man. Now, anyone that's coming on and they want to speak about the topics that I'm speaking about, please do so. Please do so. Please come on and let people know that your freedom has been taken away from you. And it's since the Second World War, they're doing it by a million little cuts. And it's in everyday life, it's speeding up. So we're getting about 10 to 15 to 20 cuts a day on every single thing. And I'm telling you the truth about your road networks. I'm telling you the truth about travelling. I'm letting you know that even bus travelling and stuff like that is going to be a difficult thing for you to do as soon as these cards are forced into your life. Now, what is it fathers want mostly? Apart from drugs and alcohol in this area, fathers want to be able to have a safe place and safe space to go where their children don't feel controlled by the mother. My children are controlled, but anytime there's been a psychologist or psychiatrist about, the grips are in my children's shoulders and she's held and abused. Right, do you want me to read some of these out? I support the national ID cards. It's for greater good. That's good. I mean, you're allowed to support anyone on this. You can come on because mainly this is the security services. Look, there's been about 500 people come through this chat. There's 5 likes. That's the smallest percentage of likes on any YouTube channel that I've ever seen is on my own. And this is about fathers and children's rights. So basically, we have the security services coming on, and what they do, they'll always come after channels like myself, like Tom and the English refugee, like Shadow Surrender, like any of these channels revealing anything that you might understand. They come on our algorithms and they write lots of things. Now, we don't worry about parasites coming on and writing what they want us to be. I don't know. They want a reaction. Now, my reactions are going to boom, 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 boom. My reactions fire all the time. My reactions fire walking in, speaking to old age pensioners. They fire up in front of silly wee policemen. They go off. My reactions just go off. So should yours, because I'm a real human being. Now, every day, my reactions go off because men, fake little Freemasonic men that think I don't see in my town that you'll speak nice to my face and right behind my back, you'll be the dirty little scumbag. I couldn't care less. I see what you are. I love the Amish people. It's amazing. We don't have Amish over here, mate, but we have lots of other strange Freemasonic types. Now, all of these, the Amish, it's just another cult. Just another cult. Every single thing with a big church steeply building is a cult owned by the Roman Catholic Church. Every single sorority, fraternity, any single thing. Any wee man protecting the government and agreeing with the stance of the government, like Russell Howard, the comedian. What a great comedian Russell Howard is. He's a little perverted lowlife. He's been bought like any little effeminate lowlife. Where are you? I am in Centre Way in Barhead in Glasgow. So you can come along to Centre Way if you want, Veronica. It's only a mandate, and that requires consent. Exactly. It's only a mandate. Your comment. What have I done? What have I done? What are you doing waiting about? I'll tell you what happened. My data plan, it's finished. My data plan's finished. So I don't have any money. So you won't see me tomorrow or any other day. I don't have 15 quid. I don't have £15 to top up the phone. I don't have any money. So everyone that doesn't want to see me, you've just had your wish granted. I've run out of data. I can't receive phone calls. I can't make text messages because they've just tried to take £2 off me. They've tried to take £2 off me, and it's I don't have £2, unfortunately. And I certainly don't have £15 to put in this phone. So you might be able to slag me off down below. But feel free to slag me off down below. You can do that. I'm finding it more difficult to read just now. I've joined onto the Wi-Fi thing that's here. I really enjoy what I've sat through. That's great. You've got another 950 videos and you'll realise why there's only 3 or 4 views. Because people are as snidey and stupid as you. Oh, I'm going to say something that's really smart about this crappy man's video. I don't take offence at the bad editing. I don't take offence at you think the lighting's bad. My haircut's bad. The hair and makeup is terrible. I know. I don't have any money. I don't get to see my children. You guys get to slag me off and get to say, go and kill yourself, useless, terrible man that I don't understand. You get to slag me off here, and I'm paying, so you get to slag me. You're a good guy. Thank you very much. Not very many people come on and say that kind of thing. But, you know, I'm not bad with a set of clippers. Like I cut my hair. I know a lot of people say I look like Dr. Emmett Brown, especially now. It can go up like Stan Laurel, a bit like that. But what I do know is, see when my son and daughter are with me, or are with me, or get the time to be with me, or are allowed to say that they like me, or are allowed to say they're not afraid of me, we have so much fun together. Because I'm a fool. I've always been a fool. I've always been the butt of the joke or the joke. I don't mind people making a fool of me. I mean, as long as you're not like hurting me physically to make a fool of me, I don't mind you making a fool of me. I made a fool of myself at school so people would laugh at me, so I would get attention. Now, I still understand. Some people don't like that type of personality. Some people don't like those type of people. But some people do. Some people do like me, you know. I'm not looking for the vast majority of people out there to agree with anything I'm saying. I'm not looking for the vast majority to say that I'm a nice guy. I'm not even looking for you to say I'm a good man or you're going to stand by me or help me get through life in any way. I couldn't care less. I know what's going to happen. This is going to continue each day that I have credit on my phone, you know. But I mean, I'm talking about credit in my phone and I don't have food in my house. I don't have money for food for tomorrow. I don't have things to get to the night. I'm doing this, and at the same time I'm not looking to build a channel to have algorithms and have this pay me money. I'm not looking for this to pay out. I've had these channels and been belittled by better men than you and been beaten in dungeons in Polish towns. I've been severely beaten and broken, so I'm not expecting help. I'm letting you know what can happen to you too. See what's happened to me. I used to earn $25,000 a week when I lived in Bondi Junction in Randwick, that area in Australia. My lowest pay on those given times when I lived in Bondi was, what, 10 or 15 grand? I used to always tell people I'd be fully retired at 35, and to be honest, I could have stopped all, but to be retired means you're going to stop moving and die, and I don't want to stop moving and die. That's when I decided I wanted to have children, and then I had children at that age with a woman that was 5 years younger, so she was like 27, I was 35, and I was like, whoa, she's the best thing in the world, and she had it planned already what she wanted to do. I only know that now, and that's because I never wanted to heed the message that I wasn't good enough for her in her eyes. I thought I was. But I was buying her love. I was buying it. The same as right now, I'm buying your time to listen to me. It's me paying for you. I'm paying for you to come on here and bring me down. I'm paying for you to tell me I don't deserve to see my children. I'm paying for you to say that this guy's alright, this guy's an ob, this guy's a good guy, this guy's a crackpot, this guy should go and see X, Y and Z. Because you're really smart and I'm really silly. Because you're better than me, and I'm just trying to let you know that. I am fully aware you're better. You're a better person, a better mother, a better father, a better daddy, a better whatever uncle, you name it, you're better than me at that. It doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me. What does bother me is when you decide that your safety is more important than our children's safety, about your rights are more important than our children's rights. And then that makes me go off. Does it bother me that I can't use my phone later and send a message to someone that might message? I don't know, because I'm not going to receive their message. Do you see what I mean? It doesn't matter anymore. When you're out of data, there was a wee movie back in the past with that crazy curly-haired, effeminate little boy from a boy band, American guy, I don't know, some wee curly-haired, obviously Zionist piece of nonsense. And it was Justin Timberlake, and he had this thing in his arm, and it would go up and down with the energy or time that he had left to live, you know. And that's all I've got. And I've got energy and I've got time to live. Because I've got no money, will I have no food later? No, I'll get food somewhere. Because I've not got any friends on here and people don't support me as much as they used to, does it mean I'm always going to have no friends and no one supporting me? No, so I'm not going to kill myself later, so don't worry about that. I know there's some fire coming on here. People want to show some love and support, and I really like that. It's good, especially when you don't have a shekel. I don't have 2 shekels to rub together. Hit that like and subscribe if you want to speak to a man that doesn't have any means to speak to you tomorrow. I don't have a way to speak to you tomorrow. I paid for you to come to me today. I've just had my money run out live. It's the first time I've done that. Like, and I've had these for 10 years, and this is the first time I've ran out of credit. And you want to slag me about being a terrible father and I can't even afford to top up a £15 phone? I'm not decent. Oh, is this that James person again? That James? They probably are. Means he can let go of the hate and move on with life. It's not about letting go of the hate. You can all make up your own wee minds. Wee tiny minds. Little tiny Freemasonic controlled minds. Little tiny Jesuit, never had their own thought, never been allowed to think or act like a man in their life. I see you. I mean, I have got my freedom. I have got what I need in my life. I've got that, but I want you, if you ever become a father, I want you to have the right to see your children. Not just to survive, not to have what you need to survive. I want you to have the right to see your children so they can thrive, so you can feel like a human being, so you feel part of this society, so you think that your neighbour actually loves and wants to protect you and not stab and kill and steal what you have. Because right now, that's what we think of one another. That's what the police are on here to do, to separate and cause hate. The police separate and cause hate. Now, I just did say press a like button and no one pressed it. It's a bit snidey, like no one's pressing what I've just said to press. I paid for you to come on here and belittle me. I paid for you to come on and try and look cool on my algorithm. This is my algorithm. Now you should be saying thank you very much, that's us in double figures. I've just had double figures. You know, this inside here, those 10 likes are worth £15 to me. Especially the fact that you keep writing. Keep it on writing. Now, I know that some of you have to write about some PlayStation games. You have to write about, there's a guy that said that he was to write about Halo. You have to write Halo in the comments and you have to write that this is the best Halo game. And the guy knows more cheats for Halo. He knows more cheats for Grand Theft Auto. I know Grand Theft Auto. When I was in Australia, I was addicted to Grand Theft Auto. And I don't mean stealing cars. I mean sitting with Irish Keith, smoking the green, and playing Grand Theft Auto in our late 20s. And at the same time, earning thousands a day. That is the kind of thing you can do as a white man and white privileged man. Well, a white privileged man with these dulcet tones that everyone in the world wants to speak like this. Everyone in the world wants to speak like this man because this is the way a proper man speaks. Everyone understands this tone, everyone understands the Scottish accent, everyone loves the Glaswegian accent. Everybody one day wants to write Sean Connery. This guy's a bit of an amazing man. How come he's not seen everyone's children so he can do a wee fun parade? He can play his wee Pied Piper. Oh no, that's the Freemasons, that's the Catholic cult. They're the ones that mess about with the kids. But this man, he's a father. And I know the smallest percentage out there believes every word I'm saying. The smallest percentage. Because most of you don't have opinions. You're not allowed opinions because you're Freemasons, policemen. You're the security services. 10. Double figures. Now, I know you can take your likes away as well as put them there. I know subscribers can leave as well as come along. But they seem to be coming along. Now, I started doing these live things 7 weeks ago. And at that point, there was 150 people or something like that. Now there's 450, so most of you can just bolt, do one, leave. This is my subscription. I'm the one paying for this place. I pay for here. I've not invited you. So press every one of you 40 people, press like right now. Every damn one of you. Or else go. Just leave. I'm not going to say anything that's exciting. There's nothing that is going to pour out of here that's going to influence you in any way to be a decent man. Nothing I can say is going to influence you. Now, lots of things are going to come out of here that you might want to understand, but at the same time, I don't care. I don't care. I don't care if you're going to come back and tell me, oh, that was a good thing that you said, or that was a bad thing. None of it really means anything to me until fathers and children are given the same rights as these vicious feminist beasts who are in our Freemasons. They protect child abusing Freemasons. They protect priests with collars round their neck that rape children. And today lots of hypocrites are getting in these buildings that they call churches, and it's not. It's Catholic real estate you're going to enter. It's Catholic real estate. Now, does that mean that you ever desecrate the holy water in a church? No, you don't do that. You fool. Seen idiots do that yesterday. You think it's funny to go and desecrate what someone believes in and the love someone puts into something, or the fact that we can get water from the Vatican and some people believe it's holy? Well, that's why I allow you to write down there. That's why I allow you to call me a bad father or a stinking wee man. I know some of that's true. I know I'm a bad father and stinking wee man. I don't know many good fathers that don't see their children every day of the week. I don't see many good fathers that don't get to pay and be in the lives of their children every day. And I've just told you, I had millions. Joe, you said 10, 20, 25 grand a week? Yes. That's why women came clutches in. Now, the woman I was with prior to making this money was a Colombian woman. Laura Francesca Monsalve, right? Now, we get married in Colombia 10 years later. Si everedo libre, spontaneamente, es medici voluntad, you see? So we get married in Colombia, went through that, and at that point we decided, but I decided, I don't want kids with this girl because this girl's into her own things and I'm not into those things that she's into. So I knew I didn't want to have kids with a woman like that. But as soon as I seen this big pretty girl, this big tall pretty thing, I don't know, I wanted that. And her ex-boyfriend said to me, and her ex-boyfriend looked broken, beaten, and as if the world had just fallen on top of him. Leszek. And Leszek said, please, Joe, don't. I don't want to tell you. And I was like, you're just weak. You are weak. No woman could ever do that to me. And she done it to me. Much better than she done it to Leszek. She tried to extort money from Leszek. She ruined Leszek's life. She broke Leszek for 10 years, but Leszek has now met a new woman, married and had children with a different Polish woman. A beautiful woman. A woman that's a mother. And are you a mother type, or are you a violent feminist child abuser? Because Leszek, he was a man. And I thought, he's not as big as me. And he was bigger. Because I can't cope the way he coped. So Leszek, my friend, big love to you. Leszek used to come and pick me up when no one else would be there to help. And this was my ex-partner's ex-man that she's seen for 10 years. And this Polish man, a 6'3" Polish man, helped me. He helped me, you know. There's reasons people help. There's reasons that we reach out to one another. We've got so many people on here right now just trying to give us bad mouthing one another, bad mouthing us, bad mouthing fathers, and we can take that power away from them, from letting them know that we understand we're that. We understand that we're not. I'm not much to you. I'm not asking for you to look up to me. I'm not saying I'm better than you. I'll never be better than you. I can never be as good as you. I know that you're a really good man with great morals that doesn't just go taking payouts from Freemasons and Catholic cults. I know you don't do that. So I trust you, right? I trust you. It's easy to see behind the takers. It's easy to see the thieves in your own community. They let you know because they tell you to shut your face and shut your mouth, and they threaten you. I get the threats from the Freemasons to shut my mouth every day. I get threats. Do you live getting threats from yours? Who's your local Freemasons? Let me know. Mine is the local 307 Freemason. I'm sure you'll find our website if you put Barhead 307 Freemasons. You can even let the people in the town know about me, because I'm sure they already know. Oh, how do I know that they already know? Because I get threatened. Threatened through someone that called me a friend. Stop talking about the Freemasons. Stop talking about Freemasons. That's how Glasgow people really speak. That's how people in my town really speak to one another. That's how we don't understand the immigrants. It's the immigrants that don't understand us. Any Scotsman that's ever gone travelling to another English-speaking country, they will understand that no one understands them. That's why you understand me. You understand me because I've been to those countries. And yet, I hold on to this. I hold on to my Glaswegian roots, my Glaswegian accent, my Scottish tongue. I hold on to it because I see so many of you Freemason sellouts hide it. Especially when you get into acting, fake actors. I've got good mates that are well known in these acting circles that live down in London and hang around all these parasites and celebrity, you know. That's what I see. That's what I see my ex-partner sold me out for. Some kind of celebrity. Not to be up here, but to have what you've got. See the money you have, she wants that. And she wants to go and spend it while having this fake party that you might have seen on Hollyoaks somewhere. She wants that lifestyle. That doesn't exist. That all ended in the year 2019, the end of, or the start of 2020. I've got so many videos, if you're interested, where I can upload and let you see pilots attempting to throw me off planes. I can show you stewardesses forcing me into wearing all of these wee things. I can show you passengers trying to attack me when they find out I'm not vaccinated on a plane. All kinds of things happened in these last 5 years by you people who call me mental, and now you're joining in with the way I decide to do things. I don't join in with their pharmaceutical or the pharmaceutical drugs or the poison that they say is good for your veins. I just never have joined in any of those things, and that's why I'm healthy. That's why my mind's still clear. And that's why I'm willing to be honest with you. They call me lots and lots of names, the worst things that you can possibly call a man and father. And they get away with doing it. It's not they get away with doing it. They get these horrible stories by funded charities. And these funded charities, there's numerous feminist women that only want to break up family. And all the wee policemen, they've got women on the side. They love to have a wife so they can beat her, and they'll have like 3 or 4 different boyfriends while having that wife. That's most of your policemen, most of your security services now. They've got 1 wife and 5 boyfriends. Most of you coming on here and saying that I'm not a man, you've got like 3 or 4 little boyfriends. And that's sick. You're sick. Backbiters. You need to watch yourself. You go to hell. Now, you can say or do anything you want on here. But not tomorrow. Because I don't have any data. I can't send you a message. I can't contact you. I can't reply to anything you might send across to me. I would love to be able to do all of that stuff. But the first thing is going to be waking up and trying to cope with my own loss. And it is loss. It's a traumatic loss, a traumatic experience, which I never want any parent to go through, and I never want any children to suffer time without a safe, loving parent. I don't want any child to suffer time taken away from a safe, loving parent. You're thinking what the memory of one Christmas is like as a child with you and your children. Now you need to think having the last 5 of those completely taken and the last 10 that have been meaningless. That means my son's never had a Christmas with me. My son's never been allowed to have a Christmas with me. He's not been allowed to celebrate it with me. Never. And that's been through a woman that I've shown and court documented as a liar. And she could have lied about you being a rapist. She could have lied and stolen your children. Because she was funded to do so. She was funded by Britain, by the government, because she was a woman. she was assisted by the police because she's a disgusting feminist lying bitch, and the feminist lying bitch brigade is funded. If you're a man and father and you are never going to stick up for fathers and children, I don't want you to come along here. It takes two to tango, mate. No, it takes one charity that's funded. It takes one charity that's funded to fanaticize a woman. It takes one charity that's funded to fanaticize a woman. You're allowed to say any of your stuff, but the thing is, you're playing the same Jimmy Savile stuff. You're playing the same brainless. Like, I know that I've hurt your feelings because you are a little sellout lowlife. You might have children, but you're not a father, and this is why you get triggered. You're triggered by anything I say. I'm telling you about the trouble my children are facing and fathers face in general. I'm not looking for your support for me. I'm not looking for you to support me. I know that you're nothing more. You're mentioning exactly what they are. They are all Gary Glitters. These little security services boys, they rape one another. They rape children. They abuse kids. I've got this court documented that they take part in child abduction and child abuse. It's court documented in Poland. It's Scottish Police and the Domestic Abuse Investigation Unit. These little ones here been triggered. The characters down here been triggered. Those people abuse children. They abuse their own children. In Scotland, these people they abuse their own children. Now, why did they shoot Charlie Kirk? Let's get back to this. Let's see why they shot Charlie Kirk. He wanted the paedophile files on you paedophiles released, the Epstein files. Now, I'm sure you're going to figure out at some point that child trafficking is the main part of this. Child trafficking, and it came from all over Europe, and it came through Israel, it came through the UK to get to America. Child trafficking, child abusers, all done through the Catholic cult members. Now, this is what the security services don't want you to understand and for you to talk about. They want to keep it on me being a crappy father and them being crappy people. Them talking about funny things like Gary Glitter and child abuse has been funny. They talk about child abuse being funny because they rape children. They help child abusers, and that's just DAIU, the Domestic Abuse Investigation Unit. Erica Kirk was an angel. She was an angel in Romania. She was abusing and she was taking children. And in my opinion, there's so much evidence to show clearly why he was taken out, because every one of these scumbags were named in the Epstein files for taking children from around Europe and giving them to bankers, giving them to businessmen, giving them to religious leaders, selling off children to men like you. Men like you. You want to come on and call me Gary Glitter? You want to call me Jimmy Savile's love child when you could not stand in front of me as a man? You couldn't stand in front of me as a man. Press a like, press subscribe, understanding that you've just hit like and you've just hit subscribe, and I have no data to come and give you the lack of knowledge that's missing from this cranium, this heart and this gut. Because what I really know comes from my gut. My instincts tell me, Joe, this is right. My gut tells me, Joe, this is the right thing. And right now, my gut's silent. My gut is silent. Because you're a wrong'un. You're a wrong'un. I've just asked 30 people to hit that like and hit subscribe. And I don't know how many subscribed, but I'm sure it's going to be about another 4 or 5. Thank you very much for subscribing. You're going to be... This will possibly one of the best decisions that you've made if you hit the like button and subscribe. But that looks about 10 or 11 people, maybe 12. But when you come back here, you're going to get to go through a lot of information that the security services want to take away from you. They want you to stop and think about their narrative on any given subject, where realistically they don't want you thinking. They don't want you using this or your gut, you know? So They give you the narrative, they give you the story, and they spell it out to you. Every one of us know there was no autopsy carried out, but the first thing you heard was, yeah, the bullet was lodged and he saved hundreds of lives. Lie. Lie. We're killing good men and good fathers, and we're paying parasites to try and bring them down. Look at the parasites in this. Look at the parasites in here. The good people you can see in a split second. When anything is decent, your subconscious takes in everything going on down there. So don't think just because I've run out of data and I might not get to speak to you tomorrow, you're not going to see this pretty old man's face in the next few days. You will. Because I might be coming on begging for some food. I'll show you what's in my food bag today, because I like to show you my food stuffs. I don't think I've got anything today right enough, but we're going to show you what has he got in the food bag today. Joe, you must have something to eat. You must have something. I have 1 onion. Wow. What we got in here? I got a half price lime and piece of fruit. I don't know what the piece of fruit is, I'm sure it's a mango. And then I've got some homemade chocolates and cheap pancakes. Homemade chocolates and cheap pancakes. Now, the chocolates will help you sleep. These chocolates will help you sleep. That I can tell you. And I made them myself. And anybody else want assistance, and I can to show you what you should be eating, what's good for your diet, come along to my house and bring some food and I'll make it for you. That would be a good partnership. I got no food, you got some food, I can cook your food and we can have dinner together. How does that sound? Let me know in the comments. If you think that sounds good, I'm happy to make for maybe just one-on-one a nice meal like this. Me and you sit this side and I'll and we could chink our glasses together. We'll swirl and taste and spit. No, you don't spit when it's Joe. You like the taste, don't you? Press the like button. Press subscribe. Now remember, this is Sunday. Every one of you out there should be asking for some kind of forgiveness. But this whole repentance, people shouting about repentance, yeah, you should repent, but you need to watch who's telling you to do these things. When it's all the mucky security services working in America at this moment, you don't trust any of these people. You don't trust these big YouTube stars, these American Jesuit YouTube people, do you? You're not that stupid, are you? Nah. Come on, you have to put the top fans. We're going to speak to the top fans right now. It's amazing, look at that. It's all the security services. All security services. But thank you, Conway. Nice to see you, Connie. Now, is that young Conway or is it Craig Conway? Kel Halla. Like to see you, Kel. It's nice to see you're still hanging around. Thank you very much for being here. And thanks for you as well for coming along. Now, I know, like anyone else, he's hang about here so you can hear the end song. You want to hear me sing? You can press the like button if you want to hear the song. I'm doing it. You have to get to 20 likes for the song this time. And I'll begin through this because...
Sorry, but I'm afraid you've already eaten an ounce of beef this week. Your brick card says no.
Oh, no?
Sorry, sir, but your brick card has informed us that you have already flown twice this year. You cannot fly anymore.
I've just logged in with my brick card and it's saying I've already had 4 hours of internet today and it's locked me out.
I can't believe these idiots have bought brick cards. Why would you buy a brick card?
Those who hate the gospel.
For the right to work, digital ID mandatory for the right to work by the end of this Parliament. Let me spell that out. You will not be able to work in the United Kingdom if you do not
You have to get a job. Have you got a job for me, James? James, have you got a job for me? Got your tinfoil hat on? We are listening to your thoughts. I know, my friend. Hey mate, from all the way from New Zealand. Listen mate, in New Zealand I've got a very good mate in Invercargill, New Zealand. That's a very, very south in it, and I'd love to get back across there. I'd love to get back across and hang out with good mates. He used to fix lifts, he fixes like elevators. Yeah, man, he used to work for me in Oz, like a really smart engineered guy, and I had him going door to door, so I'm sorry, love you. But we also have a good friend, homeless Kiwi in London. I would ask you to like and subscribe to the homeless Kiwi in London. He lives in all the big well-known places in London, near all the real parasites, the baby eaters. So he lives near all of them, but on the streets. So someone else I want to give a shout out, it's Kyle Piddock. Kyle Piddock. Now again, this is a guy that just does walking through the UK. Go and support this man. Go and support this man. Because we're always going to have the little boy mind, like James coming on here and just writing things like pedo. He can't spell properly, you know, the most basic words. Pedo, get a job. You can see the panic in his mind trying to think of something that might be funny or considered smart. Because that is what we've got. And the thing is, if you're not smart and you need to do something smart, don't try and be smart. See, when you try, it takes away all of your power. You need to just trust yourself to do it right, trust yourself to say it right, trust yourself to understand that topic. But you can only trust yourself to do that if you've read the detail behind the topic. Does that make sense? We need to read up on things. We need to understand things. I know you've got James. I know you've got the hoodie. I know you've got all of these wee police services. We can see through their intellectual failure. We can see through the capacitors that have blown since childhood because they're controlled via money. They're controlled via money. And you're talking tenors. So Joe's sat here and told you he can't afford data for tomorrow. Or I'm kind of stuck until the 17th of October. I don't get any more help until the 17th of October. The only way I could get help is by ditching my passport and just, I don't know, beg on the streets. Oh no, I can look for a job and do what James said, because I've not tried that yet. Okay, we're going to go there. We're going to do that from the start. Okay, you can have a wee look at how beautiful just things are today. This is Sunday. How's your Sunday? What are you planning doing today? No matter what you do. I just love when I say do. No matter what you do today, do it good. Do it.
This, or how much that do we need, or how much of this, or you get a guy that's set up to take care of that situation will always be successful. For the right to work.
I can't find it.
But I'm afraid
I can't find it. But I know we have to find it, because you have to hear my dad sing first. This is it. I want you to press the like button. Like here, that's just boom, 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 boom. Won't you find paradise? This is for you, Darren. Darren, I know you're listening this morning. I know you love this little tune when my dad sings. Goodbye, Mary Jane. Will we meet again? Maybe. Never say never. Bye bye, Joseph. Every day. Yes, it was another like. Yes. Will you ever? Thank you very much. Hit that like. Hit that subscribe. And you'll hear the crazy. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. We'll get the crazy dance done. We get to finish this stuff. We get James to say something. One last smart comment from James. No, James isn't smart enough to put a smart comment. Later, Joseph. Later, lovely people out there. I love you so much. I know there's 1 or 2 people out of the 1,000 coming through. 1,000 people today. I know that many of you would like to have dinner with me because you want to feed me. Not because you want to have dinner with me, but because you'd be quite nice people and you'd be happy to feed me. Thank you. I know there's kind people out there. I'm going to see a kind lady right now and she can top up some of the food items that I already have. But we're going to do this in a kind of crazy, what a wonderful way to be. This is all my neighbours. Imagine all the possibilities if the whole world was just like me. Crazy, crazy. Everyone thinks I'm crazy, but I got a feeling deep inside they all like to be just like me. Crazy, 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 crazy. Once in a while, why don't you set yourself free? Boom, boom, it's only reality. Matthew, my son, I love you so much. Ava, I'm sorry she was willing to do this to you. Daddy loves you and misses you every day. And there's so much support here. Forget the negativity. We get that every day. Daddy loves you. Thank you for coming.